cover the whole market now. Up until maybe 4 or 5 months ago, the usual Fitbit person was somebody who was trying to get fitness into their life but was struggling to do it based on that they may be working, maybe they have family commitments, they were struggling to find the time for sport, so they wanted to measure their regular everyday activity. But since we launched the later products, we have now moved our profile more into areas where people are already doing some sort of sport, maybe have some level of competitiveness. So now we cover the total market. We cover it from the everyday user, the first person who decides they want to make their first steps. Now we track it all the way up to the person who is your triathlete, maybe your marathon runner, perhaps your keen maybe tennis or squash player, where they can track their heart rates, and they can even see things like in yoga. They can see how their heart rate is reflecting their energy consumed. So you see calories based on energy consumption as measured by their heart rate. And it gives them their resting heart rate. Because when you measure 24/7 your heart rate, you then begin to build a picture up of your base or resting heart rate. And resting heart rate is one of the best guides to a human being's level of fitness. The lower your resting heart rate, the more efficiently your heart is working. Generally, the barriers I see, which we work hard to overcome, are the barriers where some trackers only work with certain mobile phones. Because people then say, well, they're not interested, they're afraid, they might buy a tracker, they change their phone, it doesn't work, they change their computer, go from Windows to Apple, it might not work. That has put people off in the past, and that's where we have to get across our message that you can buy one of our trackers and it works with everybody. And another issue about people holding back might be the food database, because if you're trying to lose weight, it's 80% diet, 20% exercise. So we have one of the very few food databases which you can access through our app. But in the past, it hasn't been an international food database. So people in Spain, in Germany, feel that the food base is very American. Well, again, we are changing that now over the next 2 or 3 months, where we're introducing localized food on the database. So people will be able to find their paella, they'll be able to find their tapas, they'll be able to find their fish and chips in the UK, so that they can have a local database. So it helps them then to manage their weight using the Fitbit system. There has been a question about some companies' accuracy. I've seen some reports where it varies from 25% inaccurate to around the regular, which is probably where ours fits in, about plus or minus 5%. If you look at that accuracy, it isn't the exact amount of steps that is crucially important. What is important when you use a tracker and Fitbit systems to improve your health is the trend. What you want to be able to see is, over a period of time, you want to be able to see that you are doing more steps, you are burning more calories, you're being more active, your heart rate is coming down. So if your tracker is slightly inaccurate, okay, might not be perfect, but still over a period of time, what you should see from that tracker is a growth in the number of steps, a growth in the calories consumed. And you can see that from the tracker, even if it isn't accurate to the very, very last step. So accuracy is important, but it should not stop the crucial gift of the tracker, which is to show you the trend in your activity.